Who made a sound?
I did.
We return to the party. Marty still got a few seconds left on his shrinkage, but they are ready to head out towards the festival of the Rite.
I might give me a couple minutes, guys. I think I might need to. And I'm just gonna point to the blood and everything on me. I'm gonna want to take this off too. I'll catch up with you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna tell Evelyn to wait with the party, and I'm just gonna run back to my house.
Oh no, take your time, that's fine. You want to look your best, that's for sure.
Marty in his squeaky voice.
I was just gonna stop.
He's gonna look and glare up at Cole.
Of course, I don't want to offend anybody, and you don't look too bad yourself, Marty. And I'm just gonna keep.
Oh,
just
thank
sprinting
you.
off.
Yes. Very big words from you. All right,
Bro, I'm just gonna go home. Oh. I was just gonna go home, throw a couple buckets of water into the bathtub, and just slop right on in and start wiping himself off, and throw on one of his black Henleys and his slacks from when he went out with the party back in Mid Cove, those fancy pants, and he's gonna throw on his regular boots and sprint right back on to everybody in the party.
All right. Anything else anybody would like to do to prepare before heading out towards the festival? Alrighty.
Cool would kind of look at. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
Cool would kind of look at the rest of the party. I'm imagining walking still alongside Aurelia and Asher.
So, this is kind of a first for me. Normally, I'm not even allowed in the city, so what is a festival kind of partake in?
Well, if I had to guess, it's probably lots of food and activities and probably some kind of cultural thing. I don't know. Rowan would probably know about the cultural thing, but I'm sure there's great food.
Yo, definitely count me in then.
Lots of food, lots of drink.
Probably great people watching too.
But no more fighting, right? Like, we don't have to worry about cutting somebody else in half, right? Like, that was a one and done.
I mean, depends on how you act. No fighting. But
He's gonna, like, as Rowan's coming back running.
Rowan, hey, we were talking about your festival. Do I need to cut anyone else in half? Or we're gonna be fighting anyone else?
No more fighting. If we can, try not to fight the locals. These people are probably not. Probably can't compete. I guess. That's really bad words.
I don't know. It's
There's normal people, and they're just here for a good time. So, drink away, eat to your heart's content, and just socialize. To be honest, this is probably my first time. So.
It's not worth the risk for me. I'll probably cut someone in half, so I do want to say it's been a pleasure meeting all of you. But
Yeah, no.
it's high time I take my leave. I have a tribe to take over at some point.
Well,
Think you'd ever be tribe leader? more like a baker. Well, we'll see about that. Little brother, you make
make your way back up there. We'll see where we stand. I expect you to come back with stories, all of you.
Before you go, I'll be speaking on behalf of my mother, but this is more so of me talking to you. Would you stand with us if it came time?
If it's the last good, I do. And the tribe is behind it. Of course.
I'm gonna put my hand out for a soldier shake.
This massive mitt just grabs around the hand.
Turn it a little bit to where I can see, like, glad to have you on our side.
Just point me in the right direction and tell me who I need to cleave.
Let's hope it doesn't come to that, but we'll reach out. Just keep a lookout for a bird.
I've learned a lot on my travels, but the most has been in these past few days with you. An interesting group of troublemakers.
Party. You don't know the half of it.
I expect to hear it when you visit someday.
Soon. Step back. Stand next to Evie.
Take care.
Kind of takes a step back to head towards the Drogon house, and you assume to say goodbye to Falzand and Ella. He lingers for a moment, nods to Cole.
Be safe. Please. Think things through.
He points at you like hard.
You too.
And with that, he heads over to the home.
I was just tracking him as he goes along and gonna go back to the previous conversation. With that being said, let's go get a drink.
With Celeste holding Marty currently.
Yes, it's very sad. It's something that happens all the time with this group. They come and go. I have to be kind of the emotional support system a lot of times.
That's so.
Well, you know, when you have a strong spirit like I do,
It is something that you have to. Whoa! It comes into full form finally. Oh, looks like the spell is over. I feel like we're going to have a lovely night tonight. Perhaps you and I should maybe split off from the rest of the party just in case, they might want to try and crash our time. They love to pick on me. It's because they love me, but sometimes when people are uncomfortable with greatness, they feel the need to tear it down. So
Just gonna turn to the party.
Mine was strictly payback because you called me ugly.
Listen, no, you are handsome in your own way. I'm sure that in your tribe, with your people, you are one of the handsomest. I can see it behind those features. There's attractiveness in there.
Racism does not look good on you, Marcy.
Murphy, would you like to roll again?
No, I think I've spoken enough. I will. So, should we drink first or games first? Get a little bit of something going and then go win the games, or like try to win those games, get the best prizes.
I believe
we
you said you were going to buy us drinks, Marty, so I think we should start with that just in case you forget.
Did he really?
Right.
He did.
Right.
Oh,
I did.
Marty, that's so
some
nice
of
of you.
you, yes, some of you who helped participate, but some of that has kind of been, some of you that were supposed to help and kind of hindered more than others. Aurelia, you didn't fuck with me too much, so I'll buy you a drink.
Well, it looks like we did exactly what we needed to do, if you ask me, right, Cole?
Which
I put my
is-
hands on their shoulders and I say, they tried their very best.
They tried their very best to what? To ruin all of my presentation?
You know, Morrison, I'm not trying to, like, really tell you how this whole relationship things work, but your date seems to have been laughing and smiling a lot, and I think that, if I know anything about women, then it looks like she's having a pretty good time, so I think me and Asher did exactly what we were supposed to do.
Okay, but laughing at me or laughing with me? Because... Celeste? Well, you are a very charming group, and I just think it's interesting that you, all of you, as notorious as you are, and she kind of like bows her head but like motions towards Rowan. I mean, the one I'm meant to serve. And all of you are just eccentric. It's endearing. It's very endearing.
Scratch his beard. Scruff. Well, to be fair, we're just being who we are and who I was up until 2 days ago. I didn't know who I was, and now here I am. But I'm gonna lean to whisper, if he gives you any trouble, just say the word. We can come and just take him away, and just know that there's.
What are you saying?
Don't worry about it,
Twice if you need help.
We'll execute him immediately.
No. We will not do that.
What are you saying?
We're here to help, and we know how Marty can be and how he can get. We love him to death, but he can be Marty. There's no, we love when we accept him. It's just he can be Marty. That's all we can say. All right.
Let's see how it goes. I'm not too worried.
I'm sure Evie can put a test to that.
I'm not worried. I think I will keep them all in check. Evie chimes in.
All right, let's go get some drinks. I figured maybe we grab a drink together, and then if we want to stay together, we can, or we can just kind of split off and do our own thing. But I do know that there is drinking games, and I honestly am feeling up for one. I haven't done one since.
But you have to consider, like, if you're drunk trying to participate in any of the games, then you will probably have a hard time with those. So that's a thing.
Is
So,
it
like,
about
maybe a
winning
light
or is it
start?
about having fun?
I like prizes. I like winning, but maybe that's just my personality.
That's his personality.
In drinking games, everybody wins, don't they?
Well,
Right. That's actually a good point.
but they don't win prizes. They just win clout. Ooh.
You know, my master used to drink a lot, and when he would drink, surprisingly enough, his senses would get even sharper, keener. So I think it might be a
That's-
good idea to drink first.
Yeah, that logic doesn't check out. Listen, y'all can have your drinks. I'm going to get a light buzz to start. Feel good. Take the edge off, right? Then I have prizes to win.
Good luck. Have fun.
And all of my prizes, once I win them, you're not allowed to be like, oh, Marty, please, Marty, I want that. Marty, I didn't realize that there would be such good prizes and I want it. Maybe. They could be bad.
I'll keep the note of that. I won't ask. You know, it's well deserved. Earn, win.
I earned
stuff,
it by being
things.
sober.
Right.
Yes.
Good on you. I'm gonna just put my hat.
I'm glad that we
shoulder.
have somebody so mature and
Well, somebody
to
has to
take
do it
care
for
of
the
us.
party, right? Right?
Well, you do have to remember, Asher, who, you know, was keeping us sane in that fun place we were in for a while.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
If it wasn't for
I-
him, we wouldn't be here, right?
that's true. Honestly, I deserve full credit for our escape.
Uh,
I'd say like
I don't
You
know about
really
that one.
do.
I'd say like 80-20.
You really do. Aurelia, you were instrumental, no doubt. But, you know, a moment sooner, a
Come
moment
on,
later,
let's go.
I was so close to enacting my master plan of getting out of there. It was,
Rowan's
yes.
gonna.
Bro, it's gonna
Let's go.
like lean over, or Asher's gonna lean over to Aurelia and be like, his master plan was to cry in the corner.
It was a
I just-
ruse.
Just quiet enough where you can't hear it and be like, you're right, Marty. That plan would have just chef's kiss.
It brings a tear to my eye just thinking about it.
I'm going to gesture my arm out for Evelyn to hook hers in, and I'm going to start walking into town as that conversation continues.
As you guys march through the wood trail towards the town, something strikes your eye up in the sky as it is light, and you see sounds like thunder, sounds like fireballs, and it looks like them too as they sparkle in the sky. Looks like the festival has begun. All right, now I'm excited to drink a little bit. We'll see. We'll moderate it a bit, but let's go.
Martison, we're just going to say yes to the night, okay? Whatever
I'm-
comes up, we say yes to.
Absolutely, I'm a yes man. Tried and true.
All right.
Maybe not everything, but well, it depends on what it is, but most likely yes. If it's a reasonable inquiry, yeah, I'm down. Celeste, don't worry, I won't get us in too much trouble. I'll keep us safe.
will.
He kind of like leads ahead. She kind of turns back and smiles at the party, like just kind of like a wow.
Gonna give her a little bit of a thumbs up. I'm gonna lean to Evie and say, I'm a little worried about her. Not gonna lie.
You get a sense that she's a little bit excited. Like she's excited to be able to like let loose a little bit.
I know.
But-
Where you grab some drinks first, and then dancing, and then maybe some drinking games. That's kind of what I have
As-
in mind.
As we get closer into the town, and there becomes more and more people, Cole's gonna take that kind of cloak that Ella gave him, and you'll see him kind of like start to put it up and kind of start to hide his face just away from the groups.
I mean, you're right next to all of us. We can see that, right?
Sure, yeah.
I don't think that you need to hide yourself. For one, everybody already witnessed you in the competition. And I don't think that you're going to get as negative a reception as you might think. You should be proud of who you are. I'm proud to call you a friend.
he'll kind of keep it hesitantly. He'll put it back and kind of still not try to make eye contact with people as they go through. First time he's ever actually even been in a real setting.
As you guys make your way into the town, you see that the Red Bear Tavern rather, is they have kind of this system of kegs and stuff set up outside, so they're kind of keeping their like inside kind of closed off. It's almost like, hey, let's just do kiosks outside. We know how crazy it can get. Let's not have people going inside. So they have these like kiosks and stuff, and people are like, get a tankard, go and fill it up with the thing, and they have this little like little system for getting people, and it's busy. They got a lot of business currently and drinking in public. You see this one guy kind of stumble. He seems like he's already in it, and he look at him, there he is. Go the subtle. Good fighting, Arthur. Ygritte is no joke. You really took care of her.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Alright, so it's the least I can do to a proud warrior like yourself. But I'd watch your back. Ygritte, she's wandering around here having a party of her own. She might trap you.
Oh, is she really?
And he's gonna like just start looking around for her.
Oh,
As if she was close.
by the time you see her, she'll already have you. If she doesn't have your heart by the spear, she'll have your heart by the charm. Anyways, happy right to you. Goes away.
A woman you fought. That's who he's talking about.
Yeah.
Well, keep an eye out for it, huh? Seeing his a little bit of a curiosity, if you will, he immediately started looking around for a relic. We'll pick that up and run with it.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be nice to see her again, make sure, she's okay. And her
Make
spear
sure
skills
she's
was
okay. Yeah. Oh, spear skills, right? Yeah, you could maybe show her some of your spear skills. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I did in the competition.
Yes. You're so talented with your spear, my friend.
Thank
You are so
appreciate
charming. Yes.
I've had a lot of practice with it.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure. Yes. He's like squeezing Celeste's arm, and she's like covering her mouth a little bit.
Once we get to where we pay for the ales, Rowan's going to pay for it. And I'm gonna buy a round for everybody. So whatever the cost is.
Yeah, there would looking at money things, math, D&D, the game of math. You were looking at, like, in total probably about like 2 silvers worth for everybody. Yeah. Yep.
Got it.
Yeah, about 2 silver. That's fine.
Okay.
I lied. It's more than that. It's 5. I
5
did
silver?
copper math bad. Sure, but you know.
Okay.
So D&D, the game of math.
The game of math. All right. And then whatever the next 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 8. The next 8. It's all on me.
Oh. All right. I still owe people drinks, but 2 or 3 in, that will get us a good. What? Oh yes, I'm a man of my word. I would never betray anyone or leave anybody for dead or anything of that nature.
Nope,
How
not
you
Marty.
how
Never.
Why'd you go there?
What? I didn't. Let's go.
Yes, why did you go
Let's
there, Marty?
shrink. Why'd you go there?
I'm gonna turn to Aurelia. I know he made you guys a bet, but I really wanted to buy all of you guys drinks. Just cause.
I would be honored to have a drink bought for me by the Sun Elf Prince. And I do a really bad curtsy.
Everyone's gonna laugh and he's just like, please.
I would say that it's
Please
not
don't.
every day that you get a drink bought by a prince, but this group it seems to happen quite a lot.
Right. And please don't. And I'm just gonna grab mine and Evelyn Evie's drink and gesture for everybody else to move on up to grab theirs.
Well,
Now you mentioned there was supposed to be a drinking game. Where exactly is that one gonna be at?
I'm gonna Rowan holding the beer. He's gonna point with his elbow in the direction of all the round tables, probably nearby.
yeah, they have like round picnic tables and stuff set up with like little makeshift umbrellas canopy umbrellas over top of each of them. And there's people lollygagging around drinking, and a lot of people just kind of standing around the tables though, because everybody's kind of mobile, moving around and pretty lively at the moment.
We could always start our own. Let's see if there's a group willing to compete with us.
Right,
just
sometimes
so
you just need to interject and use that charm that we all have.
Sure, we should be doing drinking games first thing in the festival because
That's what I've been
my
saying.
experience with drinking games, once you get done with those games, you're done for the night.
That's
Yeah,
what I've been saying.
I owe a woman a dance, so I don't want to be too heavy on my feet. So
Marcy, you said you wanted to win prizes.
Yes, of course. So I'm going to get, like I said, just a good buzz, take the edge off, and then win the games.
But Morrison, what if the best prize that there is winning the drinking game? What if winning the drinking game, you get the best prize up for the night?
That's a good question. He's gonna look around and he's gonna go and like find somebody who seems to be like kind of heading up the outside tavern area. So all these different drinking games that are going on. What's the prize for winning? The man kind of sips from his own tankard. I haven't rightly thought about that, actually. Respect? I don't know. Is there any, like, monetary or, like, item or anything like that? I hadn't rightly thought about that. I mean, I guess it's whatever you bet in the gold pot, but it's never too much, Copper, silver, maybe makes it up to a few gold. But at least you're happy. He grins with this missing tooth smile through a really mustached face. Right, yeah. Great rewards. Can't wait. And he like slowly turns to Cole, and then Asher.
I thought I heard one of the people back there saying something about a golden loot being the prize.
Golden loot? What?
I don't know.
Gold as it may be, I would sell it for the gold it's worth. Nothing can replace mine. And he like pets it. It's just strapped over his back. Sorry, it's one of a kind. I would die for this thing. Honestly, I'm obligated to.
Let's kind of migrate over here, and everyone's gonna point to one of the higher circle tables, and for all of us to go stand and drink. And is there any of the dance areas nearby?
It's yeah, they have a dirt dance floor, pinned off kind of aside from that. There's a few people. They're dancing a little more rowdy than like a slow dance type thing, but they do have some musicians going. It's a interesting, mostly drummed and kind of a bowed, almost like a cello-like instrument, but it's unique to the north in Herndeen, and it kind of has this it's a dark feel to it, but with the drums going, it's like something that people like kind of step to as they're dancing currently. But
I'm gonna immediately put my mug down and do like a little bow to Evelyn and see if she's willing to dance with me.
she starts to drink a little bit of hers, and then she kind of squints at it, and then sets it down. Not the biggest fan of ale, but my king.
No.
She kind of scrunches her nose and laughs at you being uncomfortable with being called that.
A nice woman taught me, and then I'm gonna spin her as I did Helena.
Yeah.
Onto the floor, and I'm just gonna dance for a while.
Roll a performance check.
I need to take a sip on purpose.
Sally,
You
when
are
you get a chance,
fresh. What you got?
It's true. I'm not loose enough. Oh no.
You needed to be loose. I would give advantage with the right amount of alcohol.
Damn, I had that proper intake. I got a flat 16.
Flat 16. It's not bad. She's unprepared for it, and you don't necessarily know exactly how to like get her to be a part of it. But when she realizes what's happening, she does the little twirl, and you see one of the people aside from you dancing with like his partner, kind of like, oh, he tries to do it with his, and it's like you've invented a new dance move that none of these people are like familiar with, and they all add it, and people are just kind of like laughing and joking as the song plays.
I thought that was a thing, and I'm just going to dance away.
All right, so what drinking game are we going to play, my dear friends? Who do I need to best now? We always have the dice.
I was going to suggest we could play the dice game, or Rowan mentioned another game that he and Dominicus played at one point. It's up to you.
All right, he's gonna scurry on over to Rowan as you guys are dancing. He's like, as you guys are kind of like spinning around, he's like, Rowan, oh, excuse me, Rowan, what is the game you and Dominicus played? Aurelia mentioned it.
Mid-Cove. We just got two teams, and we just competed against the person that was in front of us. Whoever drank the beer first and finished all their beers first.
Oh, just drinking.
Won.
Just drinking.
Just straight drinking as fast as you can.
Straight. This is a bad idea.
It'll get you messed up really fast.
Yep. Yeah. This night will end early. Fuck the festival. He scurries away back over to the table. Yeah. So that game that he mentioned. It's a lovely game. It's a lovely game for later, perhaps. Yes. Let's. I don't know. He starts to just drink his.
Marty, while we're at the table just talking and having a good time, why don't you take your date out on the dance floor with Rowan?
That is a lovely idea. You see that Celeste is just from her, she's holding her tankard with one hand, or with both hands, and just like sips it. Not as much of a wince as Evelyn had, but she's not fond of the taste. She's kind of like, you drink this? It's not about the taste, it's about the feeling, you know? So just, up. And she's like, starts to drink more of it. Oh. Sticks her tongue out. And now we dance. We show them what we can do. Can you dance? As he's like taking her out into the dance floor. She kind of like shakes her head yes and no at the same time. Well, I'll show you a thing or two, and you show me a thing or two. They start to to dance. Let's do a performance check. Yeah. He's got some moves, but his moves are mostly like solo. And he's like showing off that he can do some movement. He's got some pretty good control. Yeah, Sprinkler. He's actually got some pretty good control of his body. And then he starts to incorporate her into it. Let's do a one for both of them. He's doing excellent still. They're both doing excellent still. Both rolled 17s with their pluses. They're able to move in pretty good unison together.
Asher's gonna look at Cole and Aurelia and be like, and he said we weren't helping at all.
Aurelia is going to drink about 3/4 of her ale, then slam it on the table, and then put her hand out to Karan. May I have this dance?
Of course. I mean, I'll look to Bree, and I'm assuming she'll probably be like, I'm not threatened by you. What is that supposed
Bree,
to
go
mean?
dance with Cole or Asher. Dance with both of them.
Of course, yes. I'd
And we
love
go.
to.
I try to twirl Karan, but I am far too short, so I end up twirling underneath him.
I'd like to see if I can accommodate the next twirl to dip down well enough, because it seems appropriate that Aurelia would lead in this situation.
Yes.
Or are you not going to make us roll?
Yeah, roll your
Okay.
performance. Both of you.
16.
4.
So she has a certain grace about her movements, but her grace is more inclined towards combat. And so she has a very like kata style movement that doesn't necessarily align well with this particular attempt at dance moves. But with your helpful performance, eventually you're able to spin her around, but at that point it's very failed. But it's cute. It's endearing.
At some point during the dance, I think if Rowan could roll a perception or just see them dancing, I'd like to maybe try to switch partners. I dance with Aurelia and Karan dance with Evie.
All right.
Are we deft enough to dance our way together and not stumble over our own feet?
Yeah.
I will say with this, sure, and you guys are able to, and Celeste, or not Celeste, Evelyn, as she switches with you, she's kind of like, ooh, as she switches over to Karan. So what do you think of this so far?
This is certainly fun. We haven't done this since Mid-Cove, and before that, I honestly can't recall the last time I danced. By the way, would you like me to lead?
Sure. All right. Okay. Well, that was cocked. Yeah, no. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, yeah.
I got a 15 this time.
15. She got a 19 plus maybe some stuff. And with that, you guys are, much more coordinated in your movements. Your grace and her grace and elegance both kind of align with each other very well. So there's not a whole lot going on, but it's very calculated and smooth. How about Rowan and Aurelia?
Oh yeah. What's wrong with that one? Let's see.
Man, this is the ball all over again.
It really is. Let's go. I got an 18 flat.
I got a 19 this time.
Hey, you
Just took
guys'
me a second to warm up.
rigid fighting combat styles really align together. All right.
All they are is they're doing the like fake combat where they're like just stop their blows last second.
It's all in the footwork. All in the footwork, baby.
When when I bring her in for the dance and I'm pulling her in, I'm like, please tell Bree this is just for fun. This is just. I'm gonna look over at Bree. What is she looking like? I don't know how she'd be looking. Probably just giving me a glare.
She's just doing kind of like what Celeste was doing, holding the cup with two hands. But as you make eye contact with her, she just, and like the mug just covers her face as the taker, but you just see the glint of her eyes.
I'm sorry. This is dancing for fun. So what do you think? This is fun, right?
Yeah. This is a different dance than I've ever done, but it's rad, as we say down in Kingshaven.
That's good.
It's hella cool.
It's a local slang.
Shooting Bree, just like double fisting a fucking tankard. Asher's gonna be like, can't believe I have to do this, but would you like to? And he'll offer bring her out to the dance floor.
And she obliges, but you can tell her attention is focused on Rowan and Aurelia.
Just dance me over by them.
Yeah, dance me over there.
Yeah, Asher's gonna like basically lead it over to, and then next time everyone switches, it'll be probably at this point Rowan and Asher.
I do it. Fuck it. Rowan's comfortable enough. We don't care. It's just for fun.
As you guys make your way over there, eventually, Rowan, you feel like a warmth on your butt, and then she just like does a good game smack, and then she's just like, good game. Let's switch it now. It switches with you
Absolutely.
and Aurelia.
And then I'm gonna gesture to Asher. I'm gonna bow down to him, and I don't know if anybody has ever seen just those two dudes that are soloing at a bar, and they just skip their way around the dance floor just for fun.
Yeah.
Just fucking drunk vibing.
Just
that was
chilling.
me in high school, proms and stuff.
and that's what we're going to do.
Not at the bar. I mean, at the proms. I wasn't at the bar in high school. I'm talking. Here's what I'm saying. It's different.
And eventually, I'll end up back with Evelyn and just finishing the dance with her.
Yep.
Which means I'd be dancing with Asher now.
Yes, Cole, as you're standing there at the stand-up table there, kind of watching them dance around and stuff, all of a sudden you hear and a tankard is slammed down next to you. And turning your attention and then looking down, you'll see that it is Ygritte, the huntress. She's still got most of her like same get up, the same like furs and leathers, and then the kind of war paint that she has going on. Getting a closer look, the kind of eyebrow slit that she's got going on, and then her hair tied up in the in this kind of ratty but well tamed the dark red locks tamed behind her, and then these little earrings that she's got going on. And you can see more clearly like the freckles beneath the kind of purple mask that she has of makeup.
Glad to see you are feeling well.
Still recovering, but figured I owed you a drink.
Are you sure it's not the other way around?
Well, I mean,
As he grabs one of the tankards and slides it closer to her.
she, as you're sliding it, she like chops her hand down, and it stops right there, and you feel some pushback, and she like looks at it, grins, and then looks up at you, and then starts to push it and slide it back towards you. I mean,
Well,
you
don't
beat
tell
me
me
fair and square, so.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. fairly new to all of this. But, those dances that they're doing out there, the spinning, have you partaked before?
I not really like that. I don't get involved too much. I like to watch, but I tend to keep to myself most of the time up in the woods.
So what you're saying is, if we're both gonna go out there and look like idiots, we can do it together.
Sure, why not? She pulls the one that she slid over to you and brings it back, and it just downs it.
I was about to say, and then Cool would finish the one that he, like the complete one he was drinking, and then kind of pull her out and do like almost the awkward like prom dance with her.
This is very uncomfortable. What is the point of it? she's smiling as she's saying it, but she's like looking at everybody else.
Well, from my understanding, the point of dancing is to just let loose and forget about your problems for a little bit. Relaxing, per se, which is hard to do, I know.
Yeah, I will be honest. This feels like the opposite of letting loose and like the opposite of relaxing. Not your fault at all, but it's not something I'm used to. I don't connect with people often.
Yeah, me neither. You know, they kind of see,
As he kind of gestures at the face.
this and their mind's already been made up, so being welcomed by so many people was kind of awkward. Weird.
Well, I'll be honest, when I met you first, different context for sure, I certainly had my mind made up. And what was on my mind was, oh shit. But I didn't want to show it.
You know, if I'm being honest, I had the same thought. Your appearance is intimidating, and I appreciate that. I could see the abilities and witness them.
As he like points to a couple bruises, scars, or not scars, but scratches.
As you guys are kind of like holding there and moving, like she loosens up a little bit and she like puts her hand on one of them just to kind of like almost inspect it, almost like what she's done. Sorry about that.
That was the rope, the net. Interesting. Never used a net that way before.
I tell you, if I would have got you in that, you would have been done for. You have to spend, a good amount of time trying to get out of that, but by that point, I'm going at it.
Yeah, that as soon as I heard your name of Trapper, I knew that I would have to get into close combat for sure. The combat could have gone a different way, but I tell you, it's interesting. I am not used to being around all these people, but I still feel like you're the only person I'm paying attention to.
She looks around, like getting out of it for a second, and then like back to you. Likewise. What do you say that we loosen up even more? She heads over to like one of the fence and she pulls off a torch and then goes over to another one and pulls off another torch, and then she tosses you one of the torches. And then she gets in like her little like spear stance with that, and then she just holds it out, basically like saying like, hey, like tap it, tap them. And you see people kind of clear the way of the dance floor a little bit, and you guys start to kind of like tap them together, almost like you're doing like a spear drill, each of you, and then the flames kind of lick around and create an interesting like trail of fire in each swipe. And you see like some people are like kind of gathered around, they're like, oh, I guess it's almost like an entertaining show. But you're not trying to hit each other, it's more just like making contact with the spears, spinning the torches, spinning them around, and like just doing different moves but making contact with each other's torches. Yeah.
Cole would watch her stance, how she's doing her abilities and switching and such, and just kind of study.
Yeah.
Trying to see if he can pick up on how she was taught, with if it was like military versus self-taught.
Yeah, there's a lot of it that seems like it's self-taught, almost just intuitive, that she has, that she's one with, in this case, the torch, but just like where that travels, it's like her leg sweeps with that as well, and she has this like just well-trained like kata to her movement, but it's also very loose, and she, like it'll spin around and then she'll let it like ride around, like do a spin on her neck, and then it switches to the other hand, and it has like a very dance style to her movements.
Cool would more attempt to, seeing her ability to show off doing the flips, he would attempt to do some performance of himself,
All right,
trying to show her.
What popped in my head was the mating ritual of the parkour people.
What
You're
is
like,
that?
parkour! Jumping up walls, doing flips.
Parkour.
Awesome. That's a 7. So
you try to attempt one of the spins, and it just kind of like wraps around your wrist and then falls down, and then make a dexterity check to try and catch it, to kind of save it as it falls. It's not what you intended, but you're trying to like use your quickness.
okay,
to,
good. Yeah, 18.
18 with that. As it starts to fall, you like turn around and then catch it behind your back and then flip it back up.
I totally meant to do that.
You see as she kind of holds the torch up close to her face, just the slight grin in the torch light, as you guys continue to make some interesting little unique dance moves. It's like break dancing.
With them dancing, I think Rona would, escort Evie off. And out of curiosity, did my mother come down, or is she still up
Negative.
in the house?
Yeah, they did not participate.
Okay. Just gonna wait for them to finish their dance, and then he's just gonna enjoy his beer until everybody's done.
This is fun. We haven't really got to experience this together.
No, I was always afraid.
Yeah. Well, hopefully things can be different now.
I think they will. Unfortunate that I really wanted to win their perspective in the raid, maybe win their respect.
You don't think that you've done that with that display, with that finale?
I hope so. I don't want them to think of me as a murderer. I mean, I killed a man in front of hundreds of people. But it was in the right. So maybe they have. I haven't gotten any looks that I don't feel. So maybe I finally have won the respect.
She smiles and like goes to start to lean in for a kiss. As she leans in, you see kind of a hand over her shoulder, and it kind of turns her, and then you see somebody lean in and kind of kiss her head, kind of like the back of her head, the hair, and you see, familiar to you, the figure of her father, Everent Tiber.
I was about punch a man. I was about
to punch a man. Some drunk comes up.
Oh yeah,
Who
I was
this
ready for it.
motherfucker right here?
Everett.
My daughter. He kind of kisses and she turns. She smiles at first and then kind of loses that smile a bit. Rowan.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, it was quite a display in the right. I've only ever wanted one thing, and that was for you to stay in your place. But I suppose it seems that your place, well, the one that I thought was your place, was never truly your place after all. Royalty. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. To be honest, sir, that's not going to change who I am, but yeah, that
yes,
it
and
is.
it won't change what I've said.
Sir?
I've only ever wanted my family to be honorable. I never had any sons. Instead, I have a daughter who wants to act and perform her duties like a son. All I've ever wanted is for her to perform her duties as a daughter and make our family great.
He has done nothing but great things for Erendine.
Well, if that were true, then she would know her role in the family and play that part. Instead, she... what? Wants to act out of love.
That's what family should be, is out of love.
Foolish boy. Some of the most powerful families in the world. Do you think that they were formed on the basis of love? No. It was strategy. It was wise counsel. All I'm saying is that though your station has changed elsewhere in the world, it remains the same in the eyes of the Circle and my family.
Olsen, for the first time that I've had for God knows how long on my profile, I want to use my inspiration.
Okay. All right. Yeah. I'm terrible about giving it out. I always forget that that's a thing. What DM isn't.
I have had it for months. Hearing him talk, I'm not gonna remove my eyes from his. I'm gonna keep a locked eye. But I'm going to gently take Evelyn's hand in mine, and I'm going to stand with my, shoulder to his. I love your daughter. She loves me. That should be more than enough. To hell with your traditions, to hell with what is right. I will treat your daughter better than any man would. Safe at that. I may not be of your expectation, but I promise I will never let your daughter be hurt, be afraid. And to be honest, I think she can hold her own quite well. But I will not let your words muddle our hearts. I respect where you're coming from. But it's no longer the ways. And you know it. She can make her own choices. She's a grown woman. Smart at that, and you know that. You do not control her. And I'm going to put my arm on her right shoulder. I'm imagining that's where they're sitting in that position. He's going to just place it.
Okay, so with that inspiration, what are you trying to roll?
Charisma. Just persuasion. I'm not trying to intimidate him. I'm trying to tell him that his ways are wrong. And
Okay. Go ahead and roll it with advantage.
$19.
19. He stares at you long and hard as you let these words out. It's like you're fighting the urge as he stares at you and then her and then you again for a lot, like that extended period of time, to not just say more, but you've said what you want to say. He squints. I understand. I was young once as well. The things that we think are good for us, that are love, romantic. But someone like her, she has a duty to uphold her family, to respect her father and her mother, and those that came before her. And to increase our standing in the world. You may have royal blood, but from my understanding, it is far too muddled. So just as you were here, you will never be accepted there either. My daughter, he turns his attention to her. I suppose you have an important decision to make. Do you choose love of this man? Something that is uninsured, unassured, could waver any day, does nothing for your lot in life, betrays and dishonors your family? Or do you choose the love of your father and your mother and your family name? and honor us, where you know our love is unfailing, our bond of blood will always remain true. So, will you be my daughter? Father, I want to have a good time. I hope that you still have a good time. I intend to. I'm sorry you never had any sons to increase your standing, any sons to play pawn with. But I will not be your pawn. And if it must be, I will no longer be your daughter.
Rowan is clearly going to clasp on her shoulder and support. Quiet support.
So be it. Perfect thunder happening in real life for me.
So be it.
You are smoked immediately.
Seeing this intense thing, Asher, while we're at the table, Asher's gonna kind of point to the group and nod over to Rowan. And as they're finishing up this conversation, Asher's gonna go up to Evie and Rowan and be like, "Come have a drink with us, since we have to go deal with the no problem of this town tomorrow to save all these hoity-toity people in the circle." And he'll hand them both a drink and usher them back to the table. Not saying anything to him because he saw he was acting aggressively towards Rowan.
He stands there for a moment as you guys dismiss him. And you see, when you look back later, that he is a distance away, clenching his fist, balling and unballing it as he walks away.
Can I detect thoughts on him?
Can you detect thoughts? What is the range on that?
60? Hang on, let me double check. Where are you? One action. Oh no. It's a self and
It's like a range, isn't it? Or like a
30 feet.
area
There
of
it is.
effect,
30.
right?
There it
Yeah.
is. It's 30 feet. Yep.
So if you're still in the arena, you would have to get a little bit closer, just outside of 30 feet. If you would like to come back to the table, maybe you would have a second to catch some of his thoughts, his immediate thoughts. But he is walking away.
I mean, I didn't hear any of the conversation. He's just walking away, so Crumb wouldn't have any real,
Okay.
thing, but
I want to make sure Evelyn's okay. So I'm going to hook her jaw gently and pull it towards me. I'm going to get on her eye level. Are you okay?
For now, I suppose, but I don't know exactly what this means for me or for us. So I don't want to think about it. I want to enjoy the night.
Okay. And I'm going to put my, hand on her back and gesture to the drink and follow Asher.
Right, so what's the plan? One more drink, or are we going to play some games?
I don't know about you, but I have some, Is there anybody arm wrestling? Is there arm wrestling competitions anywhere? There's
not going on currently, no, that you can see. There is a little, like, slam the hammer, hit the bell thing.
Oh, I'll go ahead and do that. I'm gonna try this out. And
No, step right up. Enjoy a nice test of strength. I can give you a demonstration. All you have to do is use the hammer, choose the size, it doesn't matter. Some like to swing it hard, swing it fast. Some like to swing it heavy, swing it hard. So, choose yourself. I can demonstrate. I am proficient in this. He kind of sturdies himself. He grabs one of the medium hammers and kind of positions himself just right in front of the little mechanism or whatever. All right, stand back. He twirls the hammer around. You see him kind of shift his foot forward and then slam the hammer down. Ting! Hits the bell. And that's all there is to it. That will be 3 silver to participate. There are lots of prizes to choose from. Try as many times as you like. Each time is 3 silver. You see, he's got kind of like a almost bored carny, but he's still presenterly.
I'm gonna pull out 3 silver and kind of pop it in my hand, and I'm gonna gesture to Evelyn. If you want to go, let me know. I'm gonna hand the gentleman.
And lets you do the heavy lifting.
Alright. And I am going to give myself a go on that.
Alright, roll a strength check. We've got straw dolls, regular dolls, we've got plushies, we've got stuffed animals, everything your hearts could desire.
I rolled a 19. But before I do so, I guess I want to... Is there any, like, wolf or raccoon? Actually, a raccoon. Is there any raccoon plushies? Yeah.
Yes, sure.
Trash pandas are adorable. They're cute.
Trash panda.
Trash pandas. And I'm going to...
You slam it down and it rides up and then it slows down really quick towards the end and then falls back down.
Right there.
Oh, nice try. There's a trick to it. Would you like to try again?
There's a trick to it. Can I think about what he did and what he just said right now? His movement that he did?
Yeah, roll an intelligence check. Or investigation.
No.
Roll an investigation check.
-1. Yep. Seems legit to me. Okay, so investigation. That's something I invested in. I got a 19.
With the 19?
Investigations +2. 21.
With the 21, you kind of start to think at first, okay, maybe it was something that like he put his hips into it more. What he did with was it the mallet he chose? And you go and you grab that same mallet, thinking like maybe that had something to do with it, and you square up exactly how he did. Would you like to give it a go again?
Going to give it another
With
go.
3 silver.
All right, I'm gonna pay 3.
Roll your strength check.
All right.
While the noise of him hitting it and sending it up, Karan's gonna cast Zone of Truth.
Zone of Truth.
Roll another 19, bud. I got a 22 for my strength.
You got a 22. It goes, rides all the way up, slows down right at the end, and rides back down. Oh, so close. You almost had it. You squared up nice and strong. Then out of nowhere, he's like, but there's no way you're gonna win.
Oh, really? Wow. Why is that? Why?
There's a trick to it. He's like confused as to why he's
Look up-
saying this out loud. I don't know exactly how Zone of Truth works actually, but I'm just playing.
He has
it
to
like,
say
No,
nothing but the
he
Yeah,
can't
truth.
tell a lie.
Any
technically he
question?
can make a save. He can make a save if you wanted to, if you needed to retcon it. The save is 16 charisma.
He failed. It was a 6.
Okay.
Plus probably nothing.
So yeah, he can't lie.
Yeah, it's there's a trick to it.
Oh, hang on. There's one thing you should say. Yep. He can avoid responding. They're aware that they're under the effect of the spell.
Oh, okay.
So
He's
that
kind of like looking
you can
around.
avoid
He's
answering
like sweating
questions.
a little bit. He shakes his bow tie a little bit.
Is there something you're doing that is preventing a win?
A certain design to the mechanism, or perhaps something that you can do.
No, it's more so
standing
something
right
you're
there.
not doing that's preventing a win.
And what is it that we're not doing?
Step right up. Next contestant, win a prize. Straw dolls, regular dolls, plushies, stuffed animals. Move along. You've had your turn.
No, I paid. I'm gonna pay 3 more silver.
3
But I'm
more
holding them
silver.
out.
You can give it another go.
And how do I win exactly?
You swing the hammer, and the thing goes up and hits the bell.
But what is the win con? You know it.
Step right up and give it a try.
I'm gonna look to Aurelia. What does she see?
Do you want to try to roll investigation to see if there's more of what he did?
Are there any others that have stepped up that aren't part of the party that are like waiting?
No. Yeah, but there's like some people behind you that are waiting. They're kind of curious at this point, like what's going on.
22 investigation.
22. Yours was 21, right, Ro? Yeah.
A 22 for my strength.
No,
Oh,
you had a
21. Yeah, 21 for
21
my
was your
investigation.
investigation, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
And 19 plus 2.
With that, investigating more that it wasn't a mallet and that it wasn't just like the way he used his hips and postured in it, you get even a little bit closer and you see that there's just the slight hint of a pedal sticking out from the base of the little platform there, and you reckon that he might have pressed that when he hit on his turn.
Excuse me, sir, may I get closer and just look at the stuffed animals that are back there? I'd love to get a closer look.
I'm afraid I can't let you back there just for your and my safety and the product safety. I can grab any of them if you would like to look at the plushies or animals. I can grab them and hold them up closer for you if you would like.
Uh-huh. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. And I turn with my back to Rowan and I mouth, "There's a pedal back there."
No, okay, sorry. It's a pedal at the base of the thing
Of the-
itself.
of the
it
thing.
is how
So
you
it's
step.
posture.
At
Oh,
the,
okay.
Yeah. So there's a pedal right
So
here.
it is the
like down there.
posture. He's not wrong. It's the posture.
Yeah.
So with that, I'm just gonna do a
Roll your strength check anyway, though. Why'd
Without
you
a
fail the
save-
strength
without a-
check at this point?
I swear to fuck, dude. If I do, I'm gonna be mad.
6. Oh, damn it.
Oh no!
Oh, that one bounced out of there.
That one's gone. I rolled a 17 plus, I think it's 3, so that's a dirty 20.
Yeah, with a dirty
And then
20.
I'm gonna make sure I put my foot on that little
Yeah, with
pedal.
your foot on the pedal, he kind of sees you doing that. He straightens up his bow tie a little bit. He's like nervous. You hit it instantly. King! Hits the bell. We have a winner! Congratulations! What stuffed animal would you like? Hey, only 9 silver, and you get yourself this little raccoon. How lovely for you.
What
All
the
right,
big one?
move along.
Well, the little one. I'm gonna turn to Evelyn and say, well, at least the little one's a little bit more transportable. The big ones are pretty hard to carry.
Yeah, he doesn't even give you the big one. He just hands you the
Right.
little one.
I'm gonna turn to the next party. I'm just gonna say, Watch your feet. And that's all I'm gonna say.
There's a little kid there, like confused at that. All right. Moving on, there are more games to be had. One of the people kind of shouts out, "In just 10 minutes, the Triherthalon begins. Join the Triherthalon. Show your skills in agility, strength, and endurance. The Triherthalon. It starts in 10." Speaking of in 10 minutes, we're going to take a break from here. So we're going to take a little break. We do have a little something. Little something new. It's a little something. It's a new little break. We're going to take a break. And it's new. It's a new halftime show. We'll be right back. Enjoy a poop. Enjoy some food. You may not have time to enjoy your poop though, because you're gonna want to watch. You're gonna want to watch the break, little short rest, halftime show. We'll be right back.